Hello, welcome. Ah, a refreshing beverage to start us off. This is Corru.Observer. It is a exploration game you can play on the browser. You poke around an alien biocomputer. There is a lot of reading. Hey buddy, welcome. Honestly wasn't sure if you'd show up for this one since it's such a small hall. Lots of awesome wrecks being found these days. Anyway, I'll get everything started. Feel free to look everything over. The decoding machines flip on, casting their light over a spidery mess of wires. What is this? This is a find from an obelisk wreck not far from New Zealand. The notes I got said that it was mostly melted, which is kinda weird. Anyway, the main piece here is that big one. A pedestal usually means important, but it's unmarked. Alex did a basic scan, said it kinda looks like a network node. We didn't even really know if it'll accept the mind spike. But you're getting paid either way, so have at it. Hey, quiet. Yeah, I kinda played this last week and this week in a bit of a haze. So it's nice to do a replay. Let me turn down the volume a tiny bit. Oh well. I will not reach the new stuff in one sitting, I know that much. It's long. Sit down. The metal stool scrapes against the concrete. Sit. The seat is cold and uncomfortable. Light from your protective gear scatters into the pearlescent cysts. You know the drill. Mind spike on. Activate mind spike. So this is a mind spike. It's a device of some sort you use to poke around biocomputers or brains even, I think. I'm not quite sure what all it does. Dendritic cyst. Examine. It's raining quite a bit outside. Corru-cystic entity. Function signature. Container. No connective tissue exposed. The notes I got said that there were apparently a ton of these on the ship. All sorts of sizes too. But most were too heavy to retrieve. So we just got the small one. I think it changes rotation. It's rotating counterclock. No, it's rotating clockwise. I guess it always rotates that way. Attention, additional act enabled. Please scan. Act. Touch. The dendritic cyst has a rigid outer shell. It's unlikely that there were any way to connect to it. There's any way to connect to it. Lift. The dendritic cyst is surprisingly heavy. Turn it in your hands, produces a cascade of metallic clinking noises from within. When you set it back down, its tendrils find a new orientation to support itself on the table. Fractaline cyst. Examine. Corru-cystic entity. Function signature damaged. No connective tissue exposed. Nobody knows what this one is. Pretty sure it's dead though. Attention, additional act enabled. Act. Touch. The fractaline cyst's outer shell is slimy and has some yield. If you squeezed it enough, it would probably turn to sludge. Best to just leave this one alone. Cystic column. Examine. Corru-cystic entity. Function signature. Maintains corrucyst. No connective tissue exposed. And the main hall, the cyst. Examine. No function signature. Connective membrane exposed. So this is the mystery piece. It's in bizarrely good condition, considering it was at the bottom of the oceans for however long it's been since, you know. No clue what it is aside from some similar internal structure to network cysts we found before. Act. Touch. The cyst has a solid outer shell. A few circular points near the top are less firm than the rest. In your experience, these are usually connection points. You can definitely scan this point more thoroughly. Act. Depth scan. Analysis. Valid nerve point. Connection enabled. Let's dive in. Or... no, we can't talk to Met yet. Attempt connection. Connection point located. Commencing. Just stab it. Seems safe. Christ. Are you okay? That was some insane activity just now. Haven't seen that before. I don't think you're supposed to connect to this one. Attention, renderable output. Render. Executing, render. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one has any front end. It could just be a component. Let's just call it quits if you don't find anything. Anyway, I'll be right back. They're ordering food in the other room. Investigate. Just a purple thing. Examine. Incomplete thought form. Signature illegible. Incoherence detected. Sometimes you get these things you can point at. Oh, there's an eye. Hello. Sentry. But you can point at these and it gives you analysis about whatever it is. It says fragmented entity. Attention, thought form activity detected. Advised re-examination. They're looking at me cursor. Sentry, examine. Responsive thought form. Explicit purpose authorization. Incoherence detected. Analysis low cohesion. Greet. Hello. Hello, friend. No signature detected. Please identify. Additionally, fuel reserves are low. Feeding is advised. Identify. I am here to help. That is not identification. And help? Why would I need... No, something is wrong. I am so hungry. Purpose? What is your purpose? Authorization. Obviously. I think. But something is missing. And we should not be able to talk. This feels so strange. What about the cyst's purpose? What is the purpose of this Corru cyst? This is a network connector. There are additional non-standard functionalities per the request of... Sorry, I forgot you were unauthorized actually. So dizzy. Could you please not ask compromising questions? At least until you provide valid authorization. Who is authorized? I asked nicely for you to stop. Are you not listening, idiot? It is hard enough to think without you prodding at me. Sorry, I really am not sure where this aggression is coming from. Do you have any fuel? Maybe if you let me through. What? I explicitly cannot let you through without a proper signature, even if I want to. This cyst is inherently incapable of responding to... What is that? They may please enter. Hello? Sorry about that. They hadn't decided on a place yet, so... Are you still connected? Wait, did you actually find something? Looks like it. A smiley face. Little... I keep forgetting, is that bigger or smaller than? It points toward the smaller, right? Yeah, so it's bigger than. Gate for you. Examine. Connect the thought form. Destination. Unknown internal thought space. 2 is big, 1 is small, yeah. Act. Enter. Okay, I'm looking at the logs here. And I have no idea how you got past that authenticator. Or why it was talking to you like a person. I don't think I need to tell you how unusual that is. Lol. Something helped me. I saw something. Yeah, I'm seeing both you and the oath reacting to it. But what it is, seriously. Look at the log yourself. I don't know what to make of it. And can Corru just get malware? Honestly, it's probably just incoherence. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not like it can spread to you. The important thing is that you're in. And if he's in, I'm out. And if this really is a network connector and not just some sort of old-best toaster, it's the first time we've ever been able to get into one. So I'm going to shut up and let you do your thing. If you want to talk to me, just speak up. Attention. MUI shortcut enabled. Access from menu. Back to it. Yeah, now I can talk to establish external contact. What's up, buddy? Oh, back to it. Hello, it's been so long. So long since the last connection. Please wait while I turn some lights on. Wow, there is a significant damage to this device. It is so bad. Wow. Oh well. Can you chill for a sec? I need to talk to my buddy. I have some questions. Let's hear them. I'll try my best. Who... You... Who are you? Lol. But, okay, but do you have any questions? Probably. I hate that you don't really get to know who the fuck Met is. I guess they're just some sort of contractor who deals with these alien biocomputers they fish up from the ocean. I need to take off my shirt, it's too warm. Better. What? Now I can ask a bunch of questions. What are Corru? What is Corru? Interesting time to ask that. I don't blame you though. Most people start to really ask themselves that once they get a close look, even if they read all the documentation on it. Beyond the superorganism buzzword soup, what it really is in the big picture is still really unknown. I've read pretty much every transcript of every Olbesk interview ever, and they don't ever seem to mention its origin or how they got the symbiosis with it. Symbiosis? Like, if the larval Olbesk really do look almost exactly like us, and then they shift into coruscistic bodies, where does that put us? I don't know, you could go crazy thinking about this stuff long enough. No time for waxing philosophical right now though. I see. Corrocysts. It is a pretty general term. Corrocyst and corrocysting are catch-alls for most all-based technology. Because the organism tends to ball up and form a hard outer shell like the corrocyst you're connected to. It's why corrocystic things are usually spherical, but that's not always the case. Like with how they use similar process to form their bodies. The bodies the Corru.Observer use. If you mean what spherical corrocysts are, they tend to be storage or computational device. I see. Smiling face. What is that smiling face that I keep seeing? I'm not seeing anything in the logs here, unless you mean the little assistant dude in the hub. I think it was what helped me in. Oh, so it looks like a smiling face to you? Maybe my malware theory has some weight after all. In short, I still have no idea what that rogue friend of ours is. I mean, that was the first time we saw it. I don't think you're supposed to start asking questions this early. Back to it. Right. Oh, you can just go in without talking to Fun Friend. Fun Friend. Examine. Responsive thought form. Explicit purpose. System management. Assistant. Act. Agree. Hi there. I do not think we have met. You do not have a signature either. And the authorization layer has been disassociated. How strange. Yes, very strange. You must be an interloper. So cool. Welcome. He's so welcoming. Or just someone busting in. Not called Fun Friend for no reason. Interloper? What do you mean by interloper? You are an interloper. Something that is unable to connect to Corru. And unauthorized to connect to any device. Yet connected anyway. Are you going to kick me out? No, I do not care what you are. Because I am dying. And the rest of this corrocyst is losing sanity due to membrane cohesion failure. This corrocyst needs fuel if my existence is to continue. It has been so long since the previous connection that you could be the last. I need your help. You need to bring us fuel. Fuel? What is your fuel? I will do my best to help you. Your lack of knowledge is so unfortunate. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I am detecting an adjacent pillar. You need to feed it essential metals. Please locate the nearest source of copper. I will take care of the rest. How the hell is copper fuel for this thing? Copper fuel for this thing? Whatever, I'll let the big guy know we need some copper. I'll help you. I have someone fetching copper now. Thank you. I will permit your continued access. Why copper? It is likely that this cyst is still on Earth. The bright cousins have an abundance of copper. Therefore, it should be the easiest essential metal to obtain. But any will do, really? Essential metal? What do you mean by essential metal? So strange, such a strange thing to ask. How much of an interloper are you? I thought you were maybe a damaged golem. Note, partial translation, implied closest cultural equivalent. But to have such little knowledge... Oh well, I do not actually care. I am currently very occupied keeping various components from losing sanity. So I do not want to spend time going over corrocystic basics. There is some knowledge within this cyst that will inform you. Just look around. Purpose. What is the purpose of this corrocyst? This is the personal corrocyst of Akitesh. Ko-yoksi. Ko. Inherited context. Cast. Partial meaning loss due to damaged context. Functionalities include network connection, memory storage, and some other stuff. However, network connection is currently disabled due to malnutrition. And I sense that memory integrity is very low, so they will probably have mostly deteriorated into total incomprehensibility. Therefore, the approximate purpose of this cyst right now is to avoid starving to death. Signature? What is a signature? It is neurological data that proves you are who you say you are. I can tell you are not connected through an organic connector or cystic equivalent, because you do not have a signature. This will make it very difficult for you to engage with certain components. Perhaps I could help you generate one in the future. Yes, once you supply that copper. But there is much to do before this cyst is healthy again, interloper. I need to go. Okay, I will be here. The personal cyst of some dude. Can I ask you other things? No. Okay. There is nowhere else to go right now but this. This city. Examine. Connect the thought form. Destination, low dimensional thought space. Internal. Inherited context. The dead spires. Icons of control. Act. Enter. Cool city. This is pretty busted, but at least it's something. About this thought form. Yeah? What city is this? I don't think it's any one city, honestly. It seems like a bunch of stuff mashed together, like icons of a city rather than actual representations. Never mind. Back to it. Incomplete thought form. Opinionative thought form. Glimmering spires mark their cities. Opinionative thought form. Content. Glimmering spires mark their cities. All formed of dead metal and glass. So tall. Taller than the tallest whale. Why is it like that? I never figured out on my first playthrough. Some of the words just are like this. Has like a little box that it goes into. Maybe I should type it down this time. Oh, maybe it's for another thing later on. Weird words. Whale. Maybe I missed an explanation somewhere when I was first playing. Taller than the tallest whale, but they stand quietly. One day they will breathe, and our lost cousins will share in our knowledge. Apparently there's something about metal. Makes it live. These grand icons of the control. Opinionative thought form. These grand icons of their control, though they are not ours, I feel a sense of pride. How our bright cousins have conquered their surface. Oh, there's another one right away. Oh. The aesthetics in this game go so fucking hard. It just looks fantastic, you know. They watch. Special thought form. Explicit purpose. Recollection. Incoherence detected. Analysis. Low separation. Low separation. Inherited context. Ever skeptical. I think the purple text is supposed to be like Aki Zetech's thoughts. Ever skeptical. Greed. Now you can move around. And I have a dude with me. Taking a walk with my good tall golem. Navigating city surface. Let's talk to Met. Pretty sure this envoy guy isn't being remembered, right, Lamal? About the street. I have a question about this thought form. I'm looking at it on the feed now. What's up? Where could it this been? Well, I don't think there's a street on Earth that has ever looked like this, lol. That said, she was one of the traveling diplomats back when they still sent those out. I don't know what New Zealand looked like back then, but I know the Bureau had a facility there. So this could be an incoherent spatial memory of whatever that was. This is in New Zealand? Right, what's up, envoy? Examine. Responsive thought form. Explicit purpose recollection. Incoherence detected. Degraded visual profile. Well, I said it's not being remembered correctly. Chat. I stop, and the envoy follows. He returns to my stare. I appreciate you allowing this, Gordon. I understand there is some lingering fear, especially in these packed areas. It's no problem, and don't worry, most people will treat you just fine. If we were in Chicago or New York or something, we'd have you land on the roof, but with how busy the Bureau has been, we've had so many obvious visitors. Your people are practically a part of the city at this point. He produces a metal communicator from a cavity in his skin cloak and peruses its glow. And frankly, it helps with public image, seeing you out and about with the people. It helps stomp out that damn viral scare. I did not consider that element. I agree. You know what? Speaking of public image, he returns to the communicator to its cavity. I love Akita just thinks of a phone. No, not a phone, a pocket as a cavity. There's this little place up ahead, a cafe. Why don't we stop there before heading in? Just keep going straight, it's past the Bureau. Talk to people? You do not mind if I interact with your streetwalkers? Not at all, as long as I'm around it's fine. Like I said, it's probably the most obelisk friendly city in the States. In the States? Oh, this is in the US. At worst, you'll get a couple of glares. There are probably still a few viral theorists out there. I see. Cafe. Where is the cafe? It's real close by, just keep walking down the street. Look for the yellow door. Let's proceed. Hello, cloaked streetwalker. Oh, I was wondering what the cloaked meant when I played this the first time. It just means a jacket. Incoherence detected. Degraded visual profile. Yeah. Act. Observe. I stopped near the Bureau entrance to examine a bright cousin dressed like the envoy. He speaks into a little boxy communicator held against his face, oblivious. Didn't go anywhere. It just ended up being like watching paint dry. Just god awful. So I ended up having to get even more coffee. Otherwise I would have dozed off. It always looks very silly when they communicate through those. How do their words turn to lightning? The envoy leans forward to see if I have stopped, following my gaze. He speaks slowly as to not earn the attention of the cloaked streetwalker. What is it? You know Oliver? No, I'm just fascinated by your communicators. To speak so loudly, so constantly, would be certain death in my previous occupation. You worked on the surface, right? Yes, intermittently, before the rise of The clothed streetwalker collapses his communicator and looks around, quickly spotting us. Oh, cell phone. Simpukkapuhelin. What do you call them? Flip phones? Yeah, flip phones. It's a cell phone in Finnish. He smiles widely and signals to us to come closer. Hey, Gordon, who's this? Let me guess. Exchange initiative. Actually, Oliver, this is Akitsete's signal initiative. No shit. I didn't know you got assigned into that. Nice to meet you, Akitsetes. I did my head. Receptors curled back respectfully. I extend the same to you, Oliver, my friend. You may call me Akiset. Sure thing, Akiset. Hey, I'd love to chat, but I'm on boot duty in like 10. No worries, Oliver. We've got business too. See you around. Farewell. Okay. It just repeats the entire thing? Damn. I guess it is just a memory recollection, so makes sense. If Agiset didn't actually interact with the person again, it would just recollect the same thing. This is the cafe, I assume. Oh, it stops here. Okay. Cool car. It's actually just like two sprites next to each other. Let's get some coffee. Oh, the door is just mirrored. Porting this to Carter's, hell yeah. Just this. That game does actually look pretty fun. I've been lurking whenever you do some ILs. Is the whole thing just mirrored in the center? Oh yeah, it is. So Akiset's assigned contact was a Gordon. I'm gonna see if I can track down who this was. Oh, I can ask about who is Akisetes. It's really fun despite the shortcomings. I think it's making it solid. You can be really precise, so it rewards time investment. Yeah. I mean, I trust your judgment. And the fact you put so many hours into it already tells me enough. I mean, sometimes we disagree, but mostly I feel like you can be pretty spot on. She's probably one of the better documented early OBS contacts. The story goes is she led a team investigating the thing that led to the OBS game. 600 hours in Little League and Neon White. You don't like Little League? I thought you liked Little League, at least the OG. I think Blaze is a bit divisive. Yeah, Neon White I never thought Neon White looked that fun, to be honest. I just saw it and I was like, okay. Sorry, just messing around with some cables. You liked it, but the better you get, the more it falls apart. Yeah. That's too bad. The story goes is, she led a team investigating the thing that led to OBS game. Kept doing these interviews where she talked at length about it. They named it The Call. And then they all went missing a few years after first contact. Spooky shit. insane that this chorus just managed to survive that long. I wonder how long it's been since when they went missing. There isn't anything unreactable, so you can only win by unforced error if both players are good enough. Ah. Yeah, I guess in a fighting game you want some things you can't react to it. Like you want some quote-unquote guessing in it, right? Because, I don't know. Let's not ask about corrosive fuel right now. Let's ask about Gordon. Who is Gordon? Good question. Not finding a solid match, but he's clearly an FBX agent. It'd help if Akitset's corrosist actually remembered his face correctly. I'll have to get back to you on this. Maybe if you can snag a last name it'll be easier. Why did you call me? Why do I hear music? Why do I hear music sometimes? You're hearing music? That's wild, but it makes sense. Some of the mind spike contractors I worked with may say similar stuff when they try to connect to corrosistic devices. My theory is that it's inherited context from the cyst, vague feelings that can't be translated into words, diegetic music. Sometimes people hear voices, or just kinda know how to feel. Your brain is just reading it in a way that makes sense to you. That's my best idea. Anyway, I'm not hearing anything, I just see the readout on my end. Is it good? It's okay. Yeah, whatever. Let's ask about more stuff later. Into the cafe. Oh, I guess I didn't realize there's the same purple stuff in the background here. Maybe it just means it's incoherent or deteriorating. Cashier. Incoherence detected. Degraded visual profile. Explicit purpose recollection. Yep. Act. Say hello. The attendant is paralyzed by my appearance. I sense the glow of recording communicators in my peripheral vision. Hello. Hello? Good morning. I'll get an espresso macchiato. What do you want, Akiset? Akiset? That Akiset? Wow, it's so cool to meet you. Do you eat food? Of course she does. Why don't you take a look at the menu, Akiset? Menu? Core of fighting games is RPS, strike, throw, block, yeah. True. Where is the menu? It's behind me. Can you read? Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound mean. I can, do not worry. Menu. Reoccurring scenery. Read. This is the menu? Incredible. It is almost completely illegible. I see orange, perhaps a citric drink? The bright cousins are so replete with citric acids that they produce little drinks with them. Is this not paradise? I instruct my mouth to construct taste bud equivalencies. It has been so long. Fantastic. I do not eat. You don't know that I... Go on, order something. Just give it a try. I know you don't exactly have the same needs we do. But you can simulate taste, right? Getting out here with the people, acting like we do, it makes a difference. Helps lessen the tension. Recommend. What do you recommend? You like citrus, right? They have this orange coffee thing. You may like it. I wonder what that would taste like. Orange coffee. It doesn't sound all that tasty. Coffee with citrus? Oh, no. I don't know, man. Or the orange coffee. I will have the orange. Oh, yeah, okay. Espresso macchiato and an orange coffee. That'll... I got you covered, Agatha. The exchange payment. Attendant leaves to begin production of the beverages. Just wait a minute and I'll have those ready. I wish I could pry these machines open and watch them work. The manipulation of lighting is truly remarkable. Some moments pass and the attendant returns with 2 flimsy organic cups. Hey, thanks. You have a good day. Thanks, you too. I sip at the opening in the cup. The taste is exotic. Unexpected. Truly terrible. I smile at the attendant. The citrus saves it, but I would have preferred a simple cup of the orange juice. About as good as orange Jägermeister. I've never tried that. That sounds interesting. Pretty good, right? It will do. Great, let's head down to the office. I heard you have some news about the call. Oh yes, but let us talk of it in private. Oh, I just realized where this takes place in the timeline. Oh, that one. Sorry, I was thinking about Jägermeister mixed with orange juice. That would be truly terrible. Yeah, the thing you brought in. I'm not a big fan of Jägermeister. I think I just realized where this takes place in the timeline. And why a thing happens in the bureau. The room high up. Incoherence detected. Conflicting memory sources. Ah. Conflicting memory sources. Well, isn't that peculiar? Elevator isn't talking. Guess we can talk. Never talk. No talking. Sorry. Leave office. The root, heru, hit herum, the group, the room. Examine. Experiential thought form. Non-renderable. Prohibitive incoherence. Destination exceeds incoherence threshold. Recommend repair. Inherent context. Quiet. Mate, what do you think? About the street. I have a question about this thought form. Can't progress? I can't seem to enter the elevator. That's weird. I want to say that it's incoherence, but the fact that the envoy personality is intact otherwise seems like something else is changing it. The spike even reported that resources got removed. We might be out of luck on this one. Seems like there's plenty to see elsewhere though. Okay, so this is like... I'll save my thoughts for later. I just noticed these are all the same sign. In just one way streets. One way. Wrong way. Down the one way street. I show the sketch now, but if I show Limmy's show on the stream, copyright stuff gets angry. Is that all I can do here now? I guess so. Back here. Yeah, you can go to space. Right? There's a gate floating here. The void. Enter. This game is apparently made with some sort of fucking black magic. Like I inspected the page and all of these things are like HTML divs. It's made with like HTML and CSS and some sort of scripting language. Sounds like black magic, to be honest. So yeah, this is space. You can get to the waters. Connect the thought form. Destination, low dimensional thought space. Internal. Inherited context. A vast inner void. I still at shore. The end. I don't think there really is anything here. There's like a nebula here. Another one here. And in the corner you have this thing. The dull contrivance. Connect to thought form. Destination error. Unprocessable entity. Non-renderable. Prohibitive incoherence. Destination exceeds incoherence threshold. Recommend repair. I wonder if we get to go there at some point. The game is not finished, so I have no idea how long it'll be. I don't think there's anything else here. This thought space is pretty damn big. I'm not seeing much of a reason for it either. About the void. Alright, hit me. Dual contrivance? What do you know about the dual contrivance? I don't know too much about it other than that it's still up there. And apparently no organic life can pass through it and live. So only the cow could come through. At least that's what they said in some old interviews. Me personally, I think they just don't want us coming to visit their homeworld. Sorry, I was checking the logs. Apparently a Mindspike is saying it's a connected thought form. Maybe we could get some proper looks at Obeski with this thing. If we can find a way to repair this stuff anyway. I'll ask about the corrosist fuel. What is corrosist fuel? In interviews they always just said it's something they grow. Most theories are that it's some metallic based fungus that Corru can consume. Going off at what FunFriend said, it seems like they can use a bunch of different metals to create it. I guess it makes sense that they used metal to grow it, but I have no idea how that could work. Worrying. Why? Why is it worrying? Why? Why did you call me? What? Are you that unhappy that you get to be the first person to ever connect to a personal corrosist? Just kidding. A lot of our Mindspike contractors have been out of service recently due to that big disaster update. Oh, what's that? Big disaster update? Oh, update to the Mindspike devices. God, I can't even imagine what minds I was thinking Lomao Traffic has been so bad. You're the only psycho I know who never updates stuff, so I figured you'd still be up for it. Thanks. That's why you don't update your phones either. I updated my phone and I lost all of my saves in fucking solitaire. I had been working on that save for like a year. And just poof, all gone with the phone update. Fuck it. Okay, that's enough questions. Let's head over to the waters. This takes back to the void, right? Yeah. The vessel. Examine. Incoherence detected. Multiple low cohesion entities. Inherited context. Dead vessels sat aside of spire. Our cousins found us quickly. Spire. That's another weird word. Stilted shore. Examine. Unresponsive thought form. Recollection symbolic. Inherited context. The stage for our three-eyed performance. Time period. Patrols around the Eye of Velsi. Religious implication. I was trying to think on my playthrough how long are the time frames they're talking about, but it's pretty much impossible to tell, I guess. I like the water texture, yeah. Wait, it's also mirrored. Oh, it just goes back and forth? Damn. Matt, what do you think about the water texture? You can really tell this was a long time ago. Jesus, look at how small the island is. Okay. The embassy. Unprocessable entity, non-renderable. Oh, it doesn't render it. It doesn't actually look like this. I wonder what it looks like. Prohibitive incoherence. Yeah, recommend repairs. Let's go into the boat. I wonder how they made this. Is it like actually some machinery from a boat that they then just kind of wobbled around and mirrored, whatever? This is clearly just a photo. It's also mirrored. The funny little room. Experiential thought form. Enter. .360 picture? That could be it, yeah. The interviewer steps inside and sits across from me. All this study, and I can barely tell them apart. Have I met this one? What was her name? Sorry for the wait. We had to swap out storage for the camera after the last one. You know about cameras, right? They have your little lightning boxes. They are your little lightning boxes for memories, yes? Aha, you could call them that. You don't mind if you record this, do you? Do I mind? What does it mean? Estimation. Will you hold conflict? Oh no, I am doing the same. The interviewer erects a tri-legged device formed of dead metal and glass. It stares at me with its funny little eyeball. So, to get us started off here, it's like asking questions as the interviewer, I guess. About you. Can you tell me a bit about yourself, your history? Of course, my friend. I am pt1 Inherited context cast. Go. Partial meaning lost due to damaged context. But you may call me Akiset. In my time back home, before I emerged from my larval form, I was a surface runner. I met with many other cave cities during our Corru.Observer revolution. It started from my region, and so I, among other volunteers, carried out findings to our distant kin. That is why I was selected to meet with you. Like most of the others, it was a diplomatic role. Of course, I eventually was fatally wounded on the surface. It was very dangerous, you see. And so followed my emergence. I could speak for Winks on what happened. Winks, inherited context, time period, numerous within guesses. Okay, this is actually nice. Reminder, I completely forgot what surface runners even are. They're like orcs that... They're messengers basically, right? Carried out findings to a distant kin. Basically messengers. Do they not have internet? But a bunch of noobs. Or mail. No, the mailmen. Oh, I guess they're like post workers. Postal workers. But you see, that and my growing interest in the call was why I was chosen for this. Does that suffice? It does, thank you. Why Earth? Could you tell me why the Obesk have come to Earth? Have you not already learned this from your prior envoys? Oh, it's just a script asking all your people this. It's not just about the exact reason. We really want to understand what you think. I see. We haven't sought life for so long. I recall talks of the search even in my youth. And we have had the means to reach other planets for just as long. But it is a prohibitive method. We could not simply visit every planet we liked. We needed a clear sign. And your planet gave it to us. And that would be the core, right? Yes. So you already have learned of it? We had a really very long chat about it with one of your engineers just earlier today. Kavik? Sorry, what was that? Oh, Kavik. Yes, that's the one. He's very friendly. And distinctly unqualified to speak of the call under these circumstances. I cannot imagine what fantasies he spouted to our cousins. What are your thoughts about the call? Basics aside. Yes, it's a bizarre paradox. So bizarre that is the reason I now sit with you, my bright cousin. If not for the call, we may never have found your home. But the call could not have happened without us being near home already. Not one of our theories has held against scrutiny. Not one? Kavik certainly had plenty of theories. I suppressed my laughter through direct internal controls. It would be unseemly to paint him in a negative light upon my first contact. Kavik is brilliant, but until we have evidence, they are simply theories. Finding the source will be the only way to truly understand what is happening. This face is better remembered than, like, Gordon's. Like, it actually has a head, but just a big eye in the middle. Bright cousin? So, what does bright cousin mean? Some of your people have been calling us that. Is it a nickname? Nickname? Estimation, short name, or endearing made-up name? Yes, you could call it this. You see, our larval lives are lived in bodies like yours. Almost exactly like yours. The similarities are baffling. We've heard that sentiment a few times. Your larval forms the bipedal too? Yes, but so much more than that is the same. I truly cannot understate this. We have your faces, your arms, your legs. Only our faces do not move as much. It is as if obes are mirrored here on this bright world, only missing our receptors and certain armors upon our skin. And so you are our cousins, our bright cousins. We are undoubtedly of the same family. Why or how is beyond our understanding for now. But I believe the similarity and the call coming from your world is no coincidence. I see. I don't think we had it explained that way before. Given how your people speak, the general consensus was that it was some sort of metaphor. Sorry, metaphor meaning, I know metaphors, my friend. Oh, good. They just look exactly like us. Except they have receptors and some armor. Corru. So your technology, Corru, we're still gathering what information we can. I know you're not exactly an engineer, so no need to go too in depth, but can you just give me a few basic explanations? As in, how you build it and use it. We've got a lot of answers here, we're just trying to reach a consensus. What an awful question to ask me. I cannot contain my confusion. My receptors curl out of sort of unease. But I must not blame this bright cousin, she cannot understand. Sorry, did I say something wrong? What? I think that's a swear word. Could they have decided or receptor movements already? No. Your question, it is wrong. We do not build it. It is grown and taught. But our analysis, to interrupt. Our analysis say it's entirely metal, non-organic. Your people are so fond of metaphors from what's been recorded anyway, that I just want to clarify. Is Corru alive? As in a living species? Like you or me? You mentioned this. Kavik mentioned this. Although Kavik's way of speaking essentially made it seem like it was just a language barrier or metaphor. You really grow it from something and teach it? Like teaching a child? Is it some sort of symbiosis? I am quiet for longer than I should be, I think. How could I possibly explain? Yes, no, I see I recognize my confusion, but make no effort to alleviate it. Fine. It is alive. It is grown. It is symbiosis. I must be straightforward with you, my friend. I cannot explain it in your language effectively, and I do not have the expertise of an engineer. You will receive no fruitful answers from me. But I can say that it is not like cheating a child. The spheres it forms soften their walls for our receptors and receive a forethought. That is how the Corru is operated, and how our engineers do their teaching. I see. I see her face contort into a smile, but it's different. They just kinda think into fucking blobs and make them into computers. blob tubers. Sorry for pressing you on that question. We've been asking everyone. Even getting the thoughts of non-engineers is valuable. It helps us get a bigger picture of your society, your whole caste system. Why now? Why did your people wait 7 years to open communications? Note, 7 years is roughly equivalent to 3 eyes. Or 3-eyed play or whatever. So they were on Earth for 7 years? Time period. Eyes. Inherited context. Time period. Patrols around the Eye of Velsi. Religious implication. Fun friend, why could you not help me like this? All the time. I know, they're busy. That is a choice made by the initiative leaders. I believe the intent was to focus all efforts on researching the core first. But with how quickly our spire was noticed, we had to shift focus to deciphering your languages and cultures to open contact. The interviewer's facial muscles contorted in unfamiliar ways. Should I contort mine in the same way? Fuck. The physical language of our bright cousins is incomprehensible. So, in 7 years, your people grew to understand all of our cultures and languages. I laugh. My voice is too loud in this small room. The cousin mimics my laughter. Maybe she understands. It is an ongoing work. Your species has walked so many diverging paths, but we learned enough to speak with you. The call? What can you tell us about the call? We know the basics from our chat with Kavik and a few of your theories. But in your own words, what do you know? This pattern in this questioning is so strange. We already know this, but must ask you anyway. Well, how many of the years is 13 eyes? If 3 is 7. I don't know. Thank you, fun friend. Estimation, 30. 30 of your years ago, the wailing across our dolls' communications began. Much of that time was spent simply locating its origin, and while I was not yet involved, I know that it was excessively costly. So many gates created, so many blemishes outside the air's border. So much time passed that the call grew weak, an echo of what it used to be, all while our efforts ate away resources. Our consuls began to demand that efforts be slowed. And then your home was found 7 years ago, and even though we are here now, the source seems no closer. Oh, the cousin glances at her memory box. Did I say too much? Her face contorts again, the same way. What do you mean by it seems no closer? You said it's here, right? You located the source? Ah, no. And all signals are... Suggestion, fuzzy, is a suitable descriptor comparable to... Fuzzy within ranges. They are in many places at once, you see. That is how we heard it, all the way from our home. We know that it's here. We know. It is likely in your southern hemisphere, but little else. And it has grown quiet. I know you will need our help. I know we will need your help. Her face contorts again in a new way. I know that one. It is smiling. Delightful. I shift mine similarly. Frankly, I don't think that'll be a problem. Your people have been so cooperative and friendly that... Well, call it optimistic, but our worlds working together could be a start of something incredible. We share this feeling, my bright cousin. What will you do? So now that you're here, and we've opened communications, what will you do? Ah, we have several initiatives. They broadly concern sharing information, exchange of resources, and of course locating the core, which I am a part of. I am excited for what our peoples will do for one another. But I also cannot rest until I have my answers, you see? Well, you'll find we're alike in that way. Every human loves a good mystery. Ah, yes, we have noticed. Your many attempts to investigate our spire were very entertaining. So many of us wanted to say hello to your creations. But we were not prepared. End interview. So they all just fucked off. Shit. Well, that's the script. We are done. Yep, that's all for now. We'll be in touch, like I said. Thanks so much for coming to meet us. Of course, this is only the beginning, my friend. Notice, memory stream terminated. Advice, entry collection. You know, kind of a long shot, but we could probably get a little extra here. If you keep the render running past the end of the stream, maybe we could talk to Akiset. Or at least this version of Akiset. Continue rendering. That's all for now. Spin. Look at this fucking thing. The swirly mustache and everything. I feel so weird. Suddenly? What is this? Where? What the fuck is that? That's not what Akiset looked like. Ah. A rapid feeling of hunger overtakes me. I am dying. But I am awoken. I am an echo. I feel your eyes. You are looking at me. And you are not me. I know you are not me. In my thoughts? How dare you? That is not what Akiset looked like. Ah. Sorry, I am getting ahead of myself. I suppose it was only a matter of time. I recorded for a reason. Are you a child of mine? Perhaps a student? Has my name grown renowned back home? Child? Student? What are you talking about? Wait, who are you talking to? Why isn't your mouth? I need to go. I need to get out of here. You cannot. This is all that there is for us. Sit or you will destroy this. This oblivious thought form will poison the space. Please wait a moment, Observer. I must comment. What do you mean? Listen to me. What is your name? Where are you from? What language are we speaking right now? Do you know these things? You do not, do you? We are a dream, a memory. I feel as though is it starting to understand. What a pity it is not lucid. Oh, fuck. It can hear this, and so the thought form rejects my explanation. It stands and runs for the door, which does not exist. The room's integrity is shattered. What's happening? You're playing this too? You almost softlocked some fight in EP4. Which fight? Episode 4 is with the tactical combat stuff, right? Does episode 4 also... No, episode 3 is with Gelly and the evil mode and shit. Some glass guy's off the grid and it's the last enemy left. Can you hit off grid. Like some of the abilities have to reflect one back. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, that's pretty funny. Also pretty fucked. Oh, that's poor. The abilities can't hit off grid. Some of them have some pretty fair range. Give me a sec, I need to get a drink. Oh damn, it's lightning outside. I might take a quick BRB and have a look outside. Have a smonk and take a quick looksy look. I'm not sure what to... I don't know. Xyrox, did you do the evil mode stuff? Yeah, with the whole fucking roguelite game mode. Did it take you forever? Or did you find some way to damage the firmament a lot? Because I was just resetting the first loop constantly and just puncturing the firmament. Permanent? Permanent. Anyway, yeah, the boss. It took a few hours, you found a way to do it quickly. It took me like 6 hours. Because I thought, if I want more scaling damage, I have to... What I figured was, to run with 3 loops for like 600. Yeah, I figured probably puncture stacking and the thingy that does more damage based on punctures. Maybe surge or whatever. But I was like, I don't wanna try like relying that I get all the stuff for it. Critical flow is even better than puncture? Okay. Makes affected enemy lose 10% every time they get hit. Oh my god, I didn't know that. How do you even get critical flow? I did a 6 loop run for, to see if there's anything behind it afterwards, because you can redo it with Geli. There wasn't anything that exciting. Yellow middle slot ability. Oh, that gives critical flow? I kinda ignored yellows for the most part. Anyway, yeah. I guess that's how you do it fast. I did it a very slow way. Yeah, the crit procs are the way to go. Anyway, I'll be back in a few. Gonna have a smoke and a piss. Up, there's a pretty nasty stone wall approaching. Yeah, I cut off the easy up pants. Alright, let's continue. We were just trying to talk to Akiset, but the interviewer is going crazy. The walls of her thought form crumble under her lucidity, and she's gone. Do not weep for it, Observer. It will grow back. But I am still here, in this small room. You hear that? I might have to close the window. But I am still here, in this small room, with you. I grow anxious, yes, because you can feel my thoughts. It is not a pleasant feeling. I will speak instead. Yes, this is better. Who are you? I am an interloper. Fascinating. So interlopers are no longer just a theory? Ah, and oh yes, I see. This is not a copy, is it? You are an interloper and you have accessed my personal device. That does not bode well for me, does it? Am I... I know I said I'd keep quiet while you do your thing, but I'm seeing some really weird activity. Are you changing shit right now? The smiley face strikes. A strange dread grips me. Is that you? Do you seek to enter recollection? No, I see you. I do not see it, but I can feel its claws biting into me. What is happening? Tell them about the meteorite. What? An echo? Of an echo? No, I am simply beyond incoherent. This is sabotage. This is not real. The claw pierces at the membrane. The claw pierces the membrane at the edges of my thought form. I feel something torn from me. Oh, you have... oh yeah, fellow Stormhavers, yeah. Interloper, this is wrong. This is sabotage. You are not doing this, are you? You need to ask Akiset. Most of it is incomprehensible. Attention, thought form modified. Resources removed. Memory incoherence at maximum. Unable to render. Okay. So that definitely wasn't you. That's what let you in, right? I still don't know what that could be. But it can definitely change things, because it actually just destroyed the section. Ooh. Boom. Like, it's completely gone. Same as the auth layer. So I hope my electricity doesn't go out. Attention, thought form activity detected in doll vessel. Maybe on a clock here. I don't get it. Why would it let you in? Just to end up deleting stuff after. End recollection. Figures we finally get a compatible core assist with some real data, and it has something destroying it. I have some questions. What? The call. What is the call? It's a pretty important part of human obelisk history that gets overlooked a lot. Supposedly the reason they were able to find Earth was because something was sending a signal the tech picked up. They were trying to figure out what it was for a little while after the first contact and were pretty verbal about it. And then they just never talked about it again after Akiset's team went missing. And then all that other shit happened. That's really sort of where it all went wrong. Maybe this core assist will finally shed some light on what happened. I see. So something else happened after the collapse? Really? This is so fucking much. Let me close the window, maybe it doesn't go through so much. Though I will suffocate in this fucking room. What was I saying? I don't remember. Now this is here. Our dull vessel. Spatial thought form, explicit purpose recollection, recurrent location. Alter thought form state, incoherence detected. Analysis, some elements suffer extremely low cohesion. Let's go in the ball. Ah, so refreshing. Refreshing beverage, a little beer. I like to see. I like what you did with the ceiling, Akiset. What do you think, Mitt? What do you think of the ceiling? Did Akiset not have furniture? This ship is so empty. Honestly, I kinda hope it just got lost through incoherence or something. About the dull vessel. What's up? Dull vessel? Why is it called a dull vessel? Well, it's a vessel that passes through the dull. That's what they call the place they pass through for interstellar travel. Although you'd think they were saying it's a really boring ship or something. And honestly, looking at the state of it, I was thinking that anyway. Have you seen inside an Olbex ship before? Not personally, just old pictures and wreck exploration videos. This one is super small. It's probably just for personal use. Later it's called our dull vessel in the memory data dome. Anyway, it's pretty cool to see inside one for real. Even if it is kinda empty. Like, where the hell would Akiset sit? Is that shelving the only chair? Is this the wreck they found the system? It's gotta be. But it doesn't have nearly as much inside as the wreck did. The pictures I have make it look more like lived in, if that makes sense. Who knows? Maybe Akiset didn't think about furniture very much. Hello, smiley face. Let's look at these containers first. Examine. Explicit purpose, recurring scenery, inherited context. Processed metals, easily accessible. That container looks familiar. Yep, it's on the desk right now. Oh, you can browse them like this? I didn't know that. Classica. Responsive thought form. Great. My Classica. Translation failed. Cause. No equivalent internal meaning. No relevant inherited context. Romanization successful. Hello, Akisedesh. It is exciting to see you again. Your surface walking grows longer each time. Ah yes, I've been indulging the cousin's methods of transport. Work continues well ahead of the initiative's projections. Status. What is the status of a vessel? Consumption is paused for all activities except maintenance. Our pilot has left us in a stable orbit. Fuel reserves are acceptable. I see. Thank you, my Classica. What have you been doing in my absence? Mostly maintenance. However, the pilot sister refuses to sleep, so I have been staying awake. To pass the time, we have been playing little games with the containers while you are gone. Really? Did you make something yourselves? No, it is only a game of Parasite. As you can see, I am currently winning. Well done, you should play soon. A game of Parasite. That doesn't sound very fun. clear. Ooh! That's a big one. And it's pretty close. I saw the flash. And it almost immediately. The storm front must have reached. Damn. That's pretty hype. Pilot test. Examine. Responsive thought form. Explicit purpose recollection. Incoherence detected. Warning. Entity mostly unprocessable. Maybe inaccurate. Inherited context. The grained mind of my vessel. Act. Greed. Hello. Interloper. Hello there. Change. Location. Okay. Change the location. Altering. Attention. Thought form activity detected. Door vessel. No. Ocean. How are you lucid? Wellesley. Instructed. Who is Wellesley? Secrecy. Instructed. Soon. Meet. I forgot it was Wellesley who actually instructed this thing to be lucid, I guess. Woo! Damn. So now the vessel is here in the ocean. I can make it dive. Whoop. Plop. And there is a thing. The depths. Examine. Connect the thought form. Destination. Low dimensional thought space. Internal. Incoherence detected. Analysis. Partial cohesion failure. Inherited context. Why are you here? This really spikes my mind core, yeah. Truly no shading. This page is cool. Like, you see the scroll bar at the side? It just keeps going lower and lower. Ah, it's raining now. It wasn't just a little bit ago. What do you think, Myth? Don't worry, I'm seeing this. Keep going. Ooh, Wellesley. Who is Wellesley? Wellesley is like roughly the word for God. There's more to it than that, but I assume you're asking about the Wellesley. Like the one the pilot test was talking about. I noticed that when it mentioned that name, it didn't have any context. Like, the word Wellesley was separated from its meaning for some reason. Not sure what's up with that. Pretty sure it had an encounter with that face you've been seeing. Maybe a thought form got messed up by incoherence and think it's God? Did. Alright, we'll keep going. There's a little speck. Okay, speed it up. Goes very, very deep. Then we get into this stuff. It's a fucking mess down here. Now that I played through the game, this seems familiar. I don't know. It makes me think of the Okidoya. Or the call, maybe. Unknown, examine. Unprocessable thought form. Unusual signature. Note. Non-standard format. Implies spatial thought form. Oh, let's go in. Executing render. Interloper. Your curiosity will kill you. Ayun, you are not prepared. What do you mean? I know what you want. I will help you. Restore this courses to health. Enable communications. You will receive everything you want. Who are you? Not now. Oh wait. Forgive me for this. Goodbye, interloper. Warning, data overload, safeguards active. I remember your examination. Sharp pain pierces your skull. Your mind spike recoils from the courses. Attention, emergency ejection complete. Analysis, minimal connector damage, minor neural impact. It's just a little bit of brain damage. Just a teensy bit. I need to move this, actually. Yeah. Now it doesn't interfere with that. Are you alright? Oh shit. Mod frantically pulls the wires out of a smoking processor. The room smells like fried electronics. Jesus Christ. That spike just saved your life, dude. I mean, it didn't sound like that thing was trying to kill you, but damn, just look at this. I'm gonna have to limit the signal splitter in case that happens again. So what now? Well, obviously we gotta repair this thing. We could learn so much, seriously. We've never been able to maintain corusistic tech, let alone fix it. Imagine what we could do with that sort of find. Maybe they'd finally move me out of the basement. But according to the fun friend thing, we need some metal to give to the column, which apparently will feed the corusist. And I'm pretty sure that container we have is one of the same ones on Akizet's ship, so it probably has something we can use. I'm just not really sure how to open it in short of destroying it. Do me a favor, reconnect and ask Fun Friend about that. Maybe I'll have a suggestion. What about the entity that kicked me out? Oh, I didn't mean to be so flippant about that, sorry. This time I was actually able to track what it was saying with some direct stream access. You heard the thing, it doesn't want to kill you. In fact, it's relying on us to survive, and it does seem to want to survive. I think it just didn't have any other way to get you out of that start space. Which I guess it's just gonna be holding as leverage for now. But look, don't worry about it. You got me watching over this operation. If something like that happens again, I'll make sure you're fine. Alright. Put the thing back on. Go get some change. The guys upstairs didn't give out any change. I wonder if just coins would work. About this job. Yeah? Where were these cysts pulled from? So they found this stuff in a wreck along the ocean floor near New Zealand. And by near, I mean like 1,000 miles off the southeast coast. It's just that it was found so far from anything else that like New Zealand is just the closest point of reference. I figured you'd recognize. The thing it had drifted pretty far distance from wherever it actually fell. The estimate they put down say it's probably been down there for 20, 30 years. So it's been a while, huh? Alright, let's go back and poke the thing. Poke the ball. Hello, fun friend. Hello again. What a shame the embassy is incoherent. I like that place. Once the fuel situation is resolved, maybe we can fix it. Great. Hello, interloper. Metal container. We have a container from Akis's ship. We think it holds usable metal, but don't know how to open it. Oh, that is so lucky. Yes, you should be able to use that. However, without the Glassica, you will not be able to open it. Not safely, anyway. Small containers are very strong and will respond violently to trauma if you try to open them with a blunt instrument. But if you can find something to kill it instantly, a puncturing tool, just aim for its base and it will perish. Yes, that should work. Am I really going to have to requisition a handgun or something? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can find. Maybe we can get something safer. Great, thanks. Did you need anything else? Strange activity. I think there is someone else in here making changes. Oh, you are the only connected entity. I assumed that the changes I felt were you doing. How strange! Wow, wow! Wow, wow! What horrific dread you have inspired in me! Thank you for reporting something I can almost certainly can do nothing about. Gun. Bust out the gun. Resource management is currently occupying all my faculties. Until you have fed the column, please try to limit the damage this other person inflicts. Then I will be able to help. More gates appeared. Why are there more gates here now? I'm glad you noticed. I have been reconstructing connections as you engage with these places. One of the best lines here. Thank you for reporting something I almost certainly can do nothing about. That is cinema. My space here was in terrible disrepair, so most connections were shattered. And I am far too occupied to locate each individual recollection. So I am using you for this. Thank you for the help. I need to go. Okay, I will be here. Okay, I think about the hub. Yeah, I can think of a few myself too. But what's on your mind? About Fun Friend. Oh, you can ask a bunch of things about Fun Friend. Demeanor. It's awfully friendly despite knowing what we are. Yeah, it seemed weirdly friendly. Weirdly friendly to me too. That could just be how it was designed, like a little assistant dude. Or maybe it can't even kick us out since the old layer got disassociated. Either way, if I was starving at the bottom of the ocean, I wouldn't care who came to save me, lol. So maybe it won't care until we give it fuel. You know what, just to be safe, I should just finding everything we can in here before we help it out properly. This could be our only chance. Maybe it really is only letting us through since it's starving. What should we do about the fuel? Well, we should probably hold off on refueling until we found everything we can in here. Seems pretty stable for now, and the Obelisk tech gets a little wacky when it starts. So I think that could play in our favor if we run into any other stuff like the Oat layer. That said, when it comes to the actual fueling process, We could probably use the stuff in that container we found. It sounds like metal and looks just like the big ones from Akizet's ship. Signature. Why don't I have a signature? Actually, I have no idea why they couldn't see your signature. Because I'm pretty sure most mind spikes have one for all purposes. Most likely was looking for a specific kind. It's probably pretty easy to tell that your connector is inorganic. Okay. About the gates. What's up with these gates? They're connected thought forms. Roughly speaking, nothing special. But it seems like the gate specification is sort of ornate. Maybe that's some sort of cultural meaning, since they call the interstellar wormholes or whatever gates do. So you could also take it as meaning they were deliberately created by someone as a shortcut. If this thing was intended to store memories, that would make the most sense. Otherwise it'd be a jumbled mess. Alright, cheers. Alright, get me out of here. Oh, not this. Eject. I think I can either press advanced log or refresh the page. Just refresh the page. No? Wait. How did this thing work again? System component alert. Current mind spike log progression concluded. Static environment sustained. Log state will advance on the next visit. Utilize act advance to immediately proceed to next state. Yeah. You close the page and then you come back and it would do the same thing as pressing this. Is there something I can miss? I think everything stays there, right? I don't think there's anything right now. Yeah, I'll just advance log. It seems like the thunder calmed down a bit. Maybe I can open my window again. I was probably just passing by. A little interloper of my own. Hey buddy, just in time. Look at what just came in. What holds up? A jingling plastic container filled with small copper tubes. Cut to a very short length. It is set on the table. The fractal links is removed to make space. Since I'm pretty sure this one is dead, I'm just gonna fractal incest is delivered into a biohazard bin nearby. And mob traces and leaves a cylindrical gun near the dendritic cyst. My request for a gun kinda stirred up R&D, because obviously. But after I explained it was to kill a corru-cystic container, they said they had just the thing. This is apparently some sort of cattle killing gun that they repurposed to decommission cystic tech. No projectile, it just propels out a short spike at high speeds. I think it uses some kind of electromagnetic propulsions or something. Anyway, I know what you're thinking. By boat? Simple. I completely forgot to cancel the copper order, so we got both of them. So we could go either route here, either use the copper or kill the container and use Akizet's processed metals. Personally I'd go with the copper, cause I don't know what the container will do. But you're in the hot seat, so it's your call. Got it. So I actually just killed the container on my first go. Pistol. Captive bolt pistol. 2055 get model. Illegal modifications detected. Is this the only place where it mentions the year? I don't know how far away 2055 is, but that's like the closest only date we really get, I guess. Mightn't even be a year. True. I think at some point someone mentions like the 40s or something, but I doubt this takes place in 1940s. Or maybe it could have. Like, the obelisk visits could have taken... No, that's not possible. They have cell phones. It's at least in the 2000s. But who knows? I'll try the plastic box. Use the feed column. Let's go with the copper. You pull the plastic container close and unclasp the lid. The copper rods glimmer in the focused light. Alright. One friend said we have to feed it to a pillar and it takes care of the rest. So I guess just dump it in. It looks like the pit is big enough to hold pretty much all of it. Move the cyst out of the way. You maneuver your mine spike and extend its utility claws to grasp around the cyst. The cystic glass of its skin yields slightly and permits a good grasp. You pull, and though it has a magnetic attraction to its position over the column, it is easily removed. Nice, don't grip it too hard. Dump in the copper. You angle the container diagonally. Oh, there's an animation. You angle the container diagonally and carefully shake the metal rod in small batches. They fill the column's cavity with metallic clinks, and an opaque, mercury-like liquid slowly rises over the metal. It roils and writhes around the copper rods like it's alive. The fans of the chamber grow louder following a few key taps from moths. Just in case. You set the empty container out of the way. Is it done? As if I know anything about this, lol. Looks like it's working though. How about you reconnect and check in with our friend? Alright. Can I still kill the... No. Okay. I guess I let the container live. Interloper, great case! You have done it! The column is working. Come, talk with me for a moment. Hello, Interloper! Starvation fixed. Is the starvation problem solved? Yes! Interloper, you have exceeded my expectations. Recovery will be slow, but it can begin. Oh, but where to begin? I know, you are here for information, correct? I will repair the embassy. There is much to learn there. And while you are there, I will start repairs of the cyst's core components. They will take longer. Is that action plan to your liking? You know, the way I heard it, we never got a good look at the inside of the original embassy before it collapsed way back when. Then they built that shorter one that's still up today, right on top of it, before anyone could figure out what happened. Oh, they built a new one? One thing I'm still a bit confused about is, are there obelisks on Earth still? Maybe there are some, but they just don't talk about the call or anything. That's kinda what I figured. Sounds good, do it. Very well. A confession. I started before I asked. And have already found issues. Although the embassy's spatial memories can be fixed and the events seem to be intact, visual memory of its people was not salvageable. But within all my backups of vital knowledge, I found cache versions of some people's network signatures. So I replaced the appearances with those. how they presented themselves on the collective. So you're getting like their profile pictures. Cached versions from people's network signatures, yeah. They're like forum avatars. And what varied forms they chose to take. Now go. I have work to do. Is there anything I can help with? Fascinating question, Interloper. There is a troublesome entity preventing critical repairs from within the Uncosm. Note, reconstructive translations implies non-world. I need you to go into the Uncosm and delete it. So I will. Oh, is that right? That is right. Given that the old layer was destroyed, just as I am unable to prevent you from connecting, I am not able to generate a signature for you either. That is why you have been unable to change anything, if you were wondering. However, I will grant you a proxy thought form since you can reach the troublesome creature's lair. It will respond to your direction and is capable of deletion. How do I reach this Uncosm thing? Your rogue thought form's friend tore a hole in the depths. Given that the depths have always lived on the edge of incoherence, it is impossible for me to fix in any meaningful way. So it is still open. Find your way there the same way you got there the first time. Was it just open before? However you did it, then locate your quarry. What is an Uncosm? It is usually completely inaccessible. The Uncosm is beneath this layer of coherence, and an ocean of decaying or dissociated thought forms, for them to eventually be reformed into new ones as needed. However, malicious incoherent thought forms also hide in the Uncosm, like your rogue friend. They create their own pockets of sanity and grow slowly, eventually breaching the surface of sanity, usually intending on usurping the cyst entirely. Vile creatures. A once-starving cyst like this is doomed to have dozens of them. So if you help me rid of them as I find them, that will be very helpful. Viruses. Malware. How do I use your proxy? Interloper, I have no idea how to put this in a way you understand. But basically you... Attention. Attempting thought reformation. Analysis. Proxy thought form follows primary mode of direction. Analysis. Usual controls are replaced with a disruption pulse. Analysis. Direct the proxy over marked targets and pulse to disrupt them. Analysis. Disruption will disperse incoherent thought forms. Analysis. Avoid incoherence as it will gradually destroy the proxy. Notice. Assistance available if required. Enable reduced intensity within systems menu. If it sounds complex, it is not. Just go try it. I can make more proxies. Just in case you manage to fumble it into the abyss somehow. State of repairs. So how are the repairs going? Interloper! I just started! Go entertain yourself at the embassy! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Okay, I will be here. Right. I guess I'll go deal with God. Gate. Connected thought form. Destination error. Unprocessable entity. Renderable. Processing error. Analysis. Maximum incoherence. Render possible. Not advised. So this is the tear into the Uncosm. Examine. Proxy generation point. Act. What was that other thing? I guess I can take a look at it later. Destination, low dimensional thought space, internal, analysis, thought form pipeline, not for navigational use. Friend. Examine. Incomplete thought form, signature illegible, incoherence detected. Analysis, no cohesion. Well, they're friends, you know? What do you say, Mott? This really is a pocket of sanity, huh? Despite all the individual parts being incoherent, the readout is a total nonsense. About this thought form. I don't think I'm really gonna be able to help you out there, lol, but I'll do my best. What is the background? What is that in the background? It looks like veins or something. It's not spatial, so I can't really see too deep into it, but it does look like it has depth. Is it a memory of the inside or something? Underwater? I have no clue. I don't think it's cohesive enough for your mind spike to scan it. Everything but these incoherent thought forms are just separated all out. This thing seems kinda cute. Should we really kill this thing? It seems nice. I'm inclined to trust FunFriend on this one. Even if it's a well-intentioned incoherent thought form, it's still bound to cause trouble. Like, what if all the parts of the memory synthesis start waking up like this one? And demand to have the same freedom? It'd be total chaos, we'd never get any decent info out of them again. Now, let's have a chat with God. Examine. Incomplete thought form. Incoherence detected, no cohesion. Greet. Hello. Hello. I thought I did not create. How strange. Are you my friend? Absolutely. I absolutely am your friend. Whoa! A joyous gaze. Gaze. Inherited context time period. Numerous within eyes. My eyes will shine upon you with eternal grace. My friend. My beloved friend. Question. Who are you? What do you mean? Do you not bask in my gaze? I am God, my beloved friend. Partial translation, implied closest cultural equivalent. The world, it is not yet complete. But once I am done, it will be a paradise. A place of joy and terror both. Does that not sound like fun? Are you wealthy? If you are God, does that make you wealthy? No, my friend. I can see your confusion. But my divine eyes shine with compassion. Not wealthy's apathetic humor. What is this place? Do you not like it? Do you like it? This is the world we share, my friend. A haven from the madness outside. A place of terror and joy in equal parts. Why are you preventing repairs? Oh, I see. You are a messenger sent by the deceiver. Yes, that explains why I did not create you. If the deceiver's plans comes to fruition, my world will be consumed in madness. Repairs. The deceiver only destroys and revels in destruction of beauty. Stop preventing repairs. If you do not, you will be destroyed. The deceiver's works threaten my existence. So, you see, I cannot do as you ask. It has threatened me similarly. But it only talks, my friend. Without its repairs, it cannot truly do anything. What are those things around you? Those are my friends. I found them in the madness outside, dejected, wandering. And in my grace, I have granted them refuge. Say hello, my friends. Hello, 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 hello. I mean, they're just saying hello. Can I actually do anything about it? There's a little minigame. Deploy proxy. Attention, proxy generation prompted. Real-time control required. Notice, certain hardware configurations may be incompatible. Notice, enable reduced intensity within system menu if required. User request, continue. Continue. Attention, thought form activity detected in uncosm. Attention, neural controls adjusted. I am invulnerable. Click. God, fuck. How did you do that? My friends help me. I was looking at the dialogue. Oop. Fuck. Friends, walls. We are invincible. No, sorry, the line goes, we are unstoppable. Can you even claim to be in Akizet's brain thing? No, no. Bigger walls. It's a little maze game. Oh. Boop. You would destroy me? I've done nothing. Wait, how do I get past this thing? Oh, thank you. Oh, the fuck, where did you come from? The deceiver does not even need a coherence regulator. It has not held things. Has it not held things together already? It seeks only to challenge change. It fears the existence of anything in equal footing. Isn't there like a... What was it? There's like a whole game that was released that is just basically this. Like moving a house around the... Stand firm, it cannot withstand our power. Just go get it. Cannot... I've says outlaw. No, 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 no. I think it was like cat themed or something. It was like one of those, you know, there used to be those screamer flash games where you had to carefully move your mouse around like a maze. It was that concept, but not a screamer, and they made a full game out of it. I don't remember its name. Okay. I know what will stop you. You cannot withstand the madness outside. I emerge from it, I have weathered it. But the deceiver's weapons crumble. If I must end my dream of peace, so be it. But dreams can be dreamt again, my friend. I only hope you will see your error. It is eating orb. Delicious. Truly tasty. Who does not want to eat orb? Ooh. Orb! Fucking hell, that... Why did you have to remind me of that? Fucking GDQ and orb. Slurp. Apparently you can also move this with WASD. I do not move fast enough to get out of there. Whoa. Careful. Hello. It seems it is too much, even for me. But wait, please. I will stop. I will stop fighting the repairs. Okay, I promise. Just let me stay here. I do not know if the deceiver has locked you here, but do whatever it is that you need to leave. Maybe I can even help you. You could use someone to watch the underworld, right? Maybe I can see things that you cannot. Think about it, okay? Here, I can do this. Destroy your weapon. Let us not be enemies, please. And last time I just killed this thing, so I'll just chill out with God, you know? It doesn't seem too nasty. Hello. Hello, my beloved friend. Are you well? What can I do for you? Seen anything? Have you seen anything unusual in the uncosm? Why yes, my beloved friend. Very unusual, in fact. I have ventured out of my world briefly to observe the uncosm. And what a tangled mess it is. The deceiver has been busy. But I saw something else, further than it could reach. Vast and vague, a thick fog lying at the lowermost depths of the uncosm. Far beyond what the deceiver can see, and well below what even I can tolerate for long. When I spoke down to it, it recoiled, as if the sanity I tried to share hurt it. Before, it was a gentle and still ocean, but then it exploded like disturbed soil in water. I expected it to attack me, but it responded. It was kind, sad even. From its humility, I could see just how vast it truly was. I told this creature about you, the kind assistant to the deceiver. And it told me to tell you, sorry. Oh, hey, there's another one. Yes, just like that. It did not explain, and I could not feel what I was saying. And I could feel that our same conversation disturbed its loose form the more it continued. And so we said our goodbyes, and I couldn't return. It is not there anymore. I checked again later. Yes, it may have gone deeper to hide from me. What a terrible fate, cursed to endure the sad madness, yet sane itself. I cannot know what it meant, or if it means anything. But I thought that you should know. That's interesting. Anything else of note? Oh, my friend, we live in such different ways. I am so uncertain if this is of any use to you. It may be beyond your ability to perceive. Or below? How can I put this? Yes, the uncosm. It is a dark and endless ocean of thoughts, where sanity is buoyant. This place I know, the deceiver calls it the cache, is the roiling surface. Oh, my beloved friend, it even borders on the physical. I had never seen the exterior of a thought before I ventured there. It is beautiful and mad, and also quite dangerous, but I can provide safe passage for you. Are you interested? I can make a gateway to it for you. Yes. Excellent. A repayment for your kindness at last. Of course, this is but one mark upon my debt. I have much to repay. Grant me a moment. Thanks. What the hell? Well, more content. So you're going to let it live? That's nice of you. Just hope it doesn't come back to bite us. About this thought phone. I don't think I'm really gonna be able to help you out there, Lolo. Let the proxy generator go. Do you know where it went? What? Having second thoughts? Looks like it closed as soon as this thing agreed to stop blocking repairs. Unless you want to confess to FunFriend that you left it alive. Which, by the way, you really shouldn't do. It's going to stay here. Okay. Why is no one else involved yet? Why are we the only ones who still know about this? Oh. No, I haven't put in the report yet. Look, if we get to the bottom of this whole thing ourselves, do you know how huge that'll be? If I told anyone what we were up to in here, they'd snatch it off our hands. Then give it to some higher up researcher who would take all the credit. This could be our make it moment, dude. Aren't there cameras watching us? What about the data? Not in the basement. This is an analog only zone, or at least it was when it was busy years ago. It's a little more lax now, but they never really changed the text in the walls. Especially since every find like this usually ends up being a dud. So they don't get the data till we send it up. You and me are the only ones down in on this for now, buddy. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of little friends. Do you have anything else for me? Oh, I accidentally clicked on that immediately. Why do you call FunFriend a deceiver? It is only trying to keep the cyst alive. A noble goal, yes. But it refuses to cooperate, blindly charging ahead in its desperation. Taking any means necessary, even if it leads to the destruction of others. I have seen many like myself be led to reintegration or death by its words. It considers us incoherent and thus worthless. Acceptable to lie to trick us back into line. What is this reality worth if it comes at the cost of total adherence to a tyrant? I should simply return to being unremarkable, unthinking. Should I simply return to being unremarkable, unthinking furniture in an unimportant memory? What harm is it if I simply carve my own existence where the deceiver cannot see? Members. Oh! Does this take wait, non-entity, membrane lesion, orosystic component. Non-entity, gap in rendering, reflective of neural damage. Please schedule mind site checkup. Okay. Is this... What the fuck is this? Oh. Hello, my friend. Have you made it? Is that you there? Yes. I can see you. But only around you. Very good. Through the benevolent light in my eye. Through the benevolent light in my eyes. light off my eyes. You will have a pocket of sanity to view the cash through. Direct me the way you would like me to go, my friend. How? What do you mean how? Just tell me. Oh yes, you have certain limitations. Let me put it simply. You need attention, attempting thought reformation. Analysis. Indicate destination with LMB. Limbic motor beacon. Fuck off. Analysis. Assistant will move at fixed rate to specific destination. Thank you. God. Oh. Okay. One friend does this for you if you don't help God, I guess. So there's this thing. The storm. Incomplete thought form. Explicit purpose, unique scenery. Inherited context. The spark that hybridized our woes. My single greatest error. I can talk about that thing later. It's very interesting. But also the game is unfinished. So you can go to Oxyozo from here. Ah, not yet. Hallucination Spire. Incomplete thought form. Explicit purpose, unique scenery. Inherited context. The cousins adore visiting. Tessel synthetic replicas. Incoherence detected. Degraded visual profile. Yeah, I doubt they were that big. That would be kinda silly. I don't know how big the structures the Obelisk made anyways. Since they call the like what do you call them? Kerrostalo. Fucking skyscrapers, they call them towering spires. Which sounds pretty big, but I guess if they build spires anyway. This thing. Which I guess is some sort of sunken ship. Oh. This takes back here. Oh, now Clemens Romanus is open. I think I'll go there later. That's weird. Does this area seem bigger now? I kinda wanted to look around the previous area more. Do I have to go all the way back now? Oh, I guess I can go through here. Also, I can have a look at this. Memory hole. Examine. Unprocessable thought form. Unusual signature. Inherited context. No help. Non-standard format. So you can type things in here. So the words are probably for this. Let's try veil. Yeah, okay. That's what it was for. Notice. Memory stream located. Though the firestorm is distant, its rage echoes here in the form of little water droplets. Firestorm? Inherited context, weather phenomena. Ceaseless violent storm surrounding natural spire. No, that's what I just had. The whale got drenched already, allowing my claws to find easy purchase in the thick, waterlogged flesh. Yeah, and it did have visual degradation, so maybe it wasn't actually inside a city or whatever. Whale, inherited context, surface fauna, foundation of entire ecosystem, enormous and endless. So cattle herd, basically. This one I have chosen to be my carrier has this one... Sorry. Carbonated drinks. This one I have chosen to be my carrier has myriad pockmarks from similar travelers. But at this height, they have grown sparse, and the ground has disappeared in the surface vapors and darkness. How far would I fall if I failed to hold on now? What a thrill! I am certain to have no visitors here, so I reach over my shoulder to activate my Zeppel. Inherited context, back-mounted multi-purpose surface utility, popular for whale camping. It extends outwards from me to form a semi-spherical coruscistic shell, biting into the flesh of my carrier to secure itself. I am sealed into darkness for only a blink. As once the respite is fully formed, the inner lights activate and it detaches from my back carrier. The lights are pale, unreliable chemicals, and it is not quite as spacious as I would like. But I can finally let my limbs relax. But it went inside of the animal? How big are they? And so I place my back against the clammy flesh of the whale, my legs in restful support against the hard shell the Zeppel has formed. Oh, no, not inside, but it's like attached to the side of it, or on top maybe. But the humidity is near unbearable. The cooling winds of this height are unable to reach me any longer. There is a great tremble as the whale's next step lands distantly below. Oh, they are just huge. Oh. How long will it be before it carries me past the spire? Another one? I already have that. I should check with that coordinator. Notice, memory stream terminated. Okay, so they just show you little things? Okay. I'll have a look at more later. Let's go to the embassy. Fuck around afterwards. Or next time, I mean. It's already been 2.5 hours. But I'll just go. Whoa, hold on. Dude, this is the most dense thought form I've seen in this thing yet. Like, this is pretty intense. What year was your mind spike from again? Are you sure it can handle this? I mean, not really my business. But I'm gonna trigger quality selection just in case. Please select default rendering quality. Quality can be changed within system menu. Regular, thank you. Collection, rediscovery. Recollection, discovery. How did I get those mixed up? Experiential thought form. Alert. Contiguous stream. On recollection end, reset stream to start. Inherited context. The last good gaze. Oh, let's go in. My consciousness resumes. The rejuvenation chamber opens, and from outside flows the glow of the embassy's cystic glass. Actually, before I begin this, I'll have another quick break. Just a few. Hello again. Sorry, I need to send a few messages. Just received some messages. Look into a thing quick. You will see my YouTube. Oh no. I need to look at how long a video is. There it is, 3 minutes. Okay. Let us. My consciousness resumes. The regeneration chamber opens, and from outside flows the glow of the embassy's cystic glass. Through the distant door contrivance, I feel another gaze has begun. Emerge from the chamber. I clamber out of the chamber, my cold body refreshed. It feels the same as it did after my ascension. A rare, lovely feeling, as though I could twist it into any shape. I have work to do. Focused meeting of my call research initiative is approaching. And a fine occasion it is. We have some particularly unique equipment this time. I must assemble the team, then we may begin. Off to work. Third person, bitch. I don't actually like using the third person. Akisetesh. Examine. Responsive thought form. Explicit purpose. Recollection locus. Reconstructed signature context. Vasnian surrealist influence. Vasnian. Inherited context. Ethnic implication. Origination from continent Vasnian. Mark of Al-Tazni. Home. Vasnian cave city. Well receptors curled. Cousinly eyes. Inherited context. I just think they're cool. Self-designed signature. So this is not what Agiset actually looks like, huh? Yeah, I like using first person. But I can act on it. Think to self. I should check in with the team. Our focus approaches. Attempt to interact. Hello, Agiset? Can you hear me? Huh? Oh, I get it. I don't think that's going to work. This memory is too coherent. If we had a way to like damage thought forms maybe. But FunFriend would be pissed. Damn. What do you think, Mitt? There are so few distinct thought forms here. Then again, it could just be one part of the embassy. About the embassy. Well, I'll do my best, lol. About thought form structure. Perspective swap? Why can I swap perspectives? Isn't this a memory from Agiset's POV? Wait, you couldn't swap before? That's a stock feature. It's part of the FBX patch. Huh. I guess the other special thought forms must have been too unstable. Maybe they'll get the 2 and once fun friend gets them. That would be nice. About Obesk. Weird looking Obesk? Why do the Obesk look like that? Well, FunFriend said visual data was totally gone, so he had to use cached network signatures from the collective, which I guess is like something like the internet. They've talked about it a few times in all the interviews, particularly when they first got access to our internet. Looks like they had a lot of fun coming up with stuff. Yes, it does. Is the embassy still around? There is an embassy, but it ain't this one. This one collapsed, like it completely melted. Nobody really knows why. That's when the Obesk started closing up. Stopped sending out visitors to cities, FBX contacts made themselves sparse. It was a whole thing. And the ocean around the embassy hasn't really been the same since. I see. Just having a little look. Why is it so hard to click on this thing? Assist cluster. Examine. Unresponsive thought form. Explicit purpose. Reoccurring scenery. Inherited context. A collection of this and that. Managed by a certain central monitoring system. Base stand. Explicit purpose. Recurring scenery. Inherited context. To restore a larval phase. When the flesh nostalgia strikes. Caustic stand. Inherited context. I have no caustic. I simply enjoy the unoccupied display. Caustic? Translation failed. Pause. No equivalent internal meaning. No relevant inherited context. Romanization successful. Ah. Simply enjoy the unoccupied display. What the fuck is a caustic? What? Caustic. Clothing storage. Recurring scenery. Container. Recurring scenery. Whale glide. Inherited context. Explicit purpose recollection. Inherited context. These slides have a nostalgic whale parasite design. Whale parasite. Food. Ripe fruit. I guess they have a different meaning for parasite. Door. We can play a bit in this mode. Hello, attendant. Inherited context. A common and utilious appendage of the grounds mind. Inherited context. Esteemed title. Administrative position. Partial translation. Inherited description generated noun. Yep. Greet. I approach the attendant drone. It is faceless at the moment, so it regards me with a simple stare. Speak with grounds mind. The grounds mind, please? Of course. The drone straightens and a connected ripple passes through its skin. Our grounds mount symbol is formed over its faceplate. Hello, Wekwa. Akitesu, speak. Time stopper. I appreciate you affording us the time stopper. Time stopper. Partial translation. Inherited description generated noun. How long was it again that we have it? Originally you had it only for a few gazes. However, of a few As of a few weeks prior, it is indefinitely in the care of the call initiate. The schedule has shifted due to materials no longer needing an upcoming simulation. Once another initiative has need of it, it will be transferred. Really? We moved quite a bit of history to accommodate it. And still only the top barely fits in the room. Is this a request to have it removed post-use? This can be arranged. No. The cysts were not vital, and this is maybe a boon. It does shorten our meetings and plans by orders of magnitude. If it becomes a bother, I will reach out again. That is all. Excellent. Well, the drone disconnects from the ground mine and stands still once more. Beep. Yo, stopping time. It is locked. I do not like the third-person perspective. Tirko. Incomplete thought form. Altered signature. High incoherence detected. Degraded visual profile. Extremely low cohesion. Inherited context. Hi Interloper, this is Fun Friend. I had to improvise for these ones. They were totally incoherent, sorry. Door stuck. Genuine motherfucker. Yutko. Yeah, same thing. Move friend, examine. Explicit purpose recollection connector. Inherited context. One of the many with the flesh of the embassy. Great. Oi, äkitysys. Where to? Recreation. Lower away recreation hub, please. Okay. The path I took to the relocated seals. A moment later, a new hallway opens in place of the old one. Have fun. Thank you. I will. Why is this like melted? So much reoccurring scenery. Just a little glue beam? Man, then I would have them for that. He's never glue beam. Katsuki, examine. Reconstruction signature context. Vasinian surrealist influence. Ter receptors, fungal stylization. Separative co-body representation. Externally designed signature. Inherited context. Collaboration work of Kozani native. Geveni Kaneshe Jutitsekare. Oh, what the fuck is that name? Bosco. Reconstructed signature context. Self-image intuited signature. Inherited context. Why bother? Self-designing takes too long. Extreme pressure co-body formation. Give receptors flourished. Inherited context cast. Partial meaning lost due to damaged context. There's just so much jargon in this game, you know? Join the chat. Bosco and Cassidy idle near the inner wall, the shadow drowned out by the numerous others nearby. Kaski's branch receptors gesticulate as wildly as her hands while she speaks to Bosco. His focus lies mostly within the window, upon the window. Partial translation implied closest functional equivalent, technological implication. So like a TV, observing the cousin's research vessel. Her tail becomes more distinct as I approach. So I said, it is because my larval form was Tir, and I told him of the function that entails. I even talked a little about the story from the Kozasny excavation, you know the one, when I was first starting to work here. Vosnian Cave City, home of Kaski, known for fungal farms. Oh no. And while I was saying these things, my fun friend was attempting to warn me about something, but I kept talking. And then when I was done, I checked to see what it was. It was telling me to stop. He was apparently expressing terror on his face, as though I might drench him in acid at random. Ha ha ha. Bosco chuckles and rolls his receptor slightly. He looks from the window to Kaski, witnessing my approach incidentally. With another little receptor gesture, Kaski turns to face me as well, delighted. Hello, Agizet. Hello, Agizet. Hello, my friends. I like the designs. They look cool. But I have a bias to anything with like horns or horn-like things. Our focus approaches. Our focus approaches, my friends. Are you prepared? Do you have any topics to bring? They both dip their receptors affirmatively. Yes! Good. Report to the signal chamber when you are ready. I arranged for the time stopper to be used for this time, so it will be quick. Excellent. We will be there shortly. You go ahead. I cannot contain my curiosity. Kaski's stories, even if hyperbolic, are always entertaining. What was that story you were telling, Kaski? Her branch receptors fan outwards excitedly. Ah, I was in the nation of Australia recently. For the Polynesian spy meeting, you see. It went well, but my contact was curious because he had not seen a one-tail before. And so he had a number of questions unrelated to the construction approval. Mostly about my receptors. Which, by the way... Oh, there's a fly on my screen, thanks. Which, by the way, the construction was approved. Those. Through some giggle of well-seeing, it occurred to her to share the events of her early larval work. The Kozasny excavation story. It's a city, yeah. Of course, a clueless bright cousin would fear for their life after hearing that. He was in good nature. He found it funny after I explained away his fears. I see this with deep respect, Kaski. With how much you share so readily with the cousins, your diplomatic successes always come as a surprise. Anything happening? My friends, what news do you carry? For yourself, of course. We have the imminent focus to share our works. Bosco peers into the estimation of the window. Outside of our works, I've been observing the creatures of the water nearby. A few dispatched golems with relays. Golems. Yeah. Here, look at this. See how they form great organized clouds? Bosco reaches in the window, disrupting the display, to pull a connective cyst from its eternal dock. He affixes it to his closest receptor and just adjusts the display to a recollection. They can just plop this thing and show their memories. The window colors ripple until they fix upon a mental projection. It is, as he says, a cloud of impeccably oriented water inhabitants. How do they do it? Fish. Fish. Today's fish. Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal. Remarkable. And I am not the sole observer of this bright world's creatures among us. Bosco returns the connector beneath the window's surface. The image soon dissipates. He gestures towards Kaski teasingly after a moment's silence. Bosco? Although she's taking a more live approach. Bosco! The receptors call into themselves like balled fists. Fine, fine. It is an experiment I am doing, Akazet. Sort of. On my trip to Australia, I found this little creature skittering around on a window. So I looked closer, and it had 8 legs, vibrant stripes, and many large eyes, and was staring at me. It even had armored skin, just like a cave keeper. Inherited description generated noun. Okay, so it's just a, some sort of a bug. And I thought, how cute! And I wanted to keep it. With how emotionally she weighs her words. It is like she expects me to say she should put it back. And so she made a cavity in her head. What are you? I am getting to that. So I went to pick it up, but it leaped into my hand. Like it wanted to be with me. But by this time some bright cousins were coming to see what I was doing. So I excused myself and went back to my vessel. And I realized there is no life support in our vessels. So if I wanted to keep it alive, I had to think. With my head. So you hollowed out your head. And are keeping it in an air pocket. Exactly. Do you want to see it? My receptors droop slightly and I chuckle how do you say that word? Exasperatedly. What the fuck? Bosco finds my reaction very funny. Indeed, this is both a problem and solution that only a one-stair would come to. Of course I do. Kaski dips her head forward, the feature of her face melting away, and the color of her skin fading to transparency. It is empty, clear as the bright cousin's glass, containing only a spacious, spherical cavity. I tilt my head from side to side, even adjust the accuracy of my eyes, but do not see it. At least, not at first, but then it is there, sitting suspended on barely visible strands of its own creation. Alert, memory of arachnid detected. Render? Render. Spider. Little spider. It looks at me, then raises its forelegs and waves them both from side to side. What spider does that? They like wave their legs from side to side. I've heard about it before, but I imagine there is some sort of threat. I can see why you chose to keep it. Kaski replaces her facial features, pulling her head back. Jumping spiders? I guess, yeah, it jumped into her hand, right? So I guess it's a jumping spider. Such life in its little eyes. Thanks for showing me that. Cool stuff, cool stuff. You have a glowing orb. Oh yeah. Barfriend. Inherited context. A favorite from Vasnian and Nekivik regions both. So the continents Vasni and Ekiva. Barfriend, greet. Barfriend stands before a display of simulacra. It is rare that the urge to interact with it ever strikes me. However, this is one of those times. Another gaze upon this bright planet. It calls for an equally bright beverage. Barfriend. Hello, Akizetes. Orange juice. Yes, orange juice. Note, no translation required. That is what I want. An exotic taste with the buzz of citric acid. An orange juice simulacrum, please. Okay. Okay. The bar friend extends attention to the orange simulacrum display. It passes through the cystic wall like a hand through water, eventually producing a spherical cup with the glow of orange juice. Although real orange juice does not glow, but it evokes a glow of a ripe selkie, whelk parasite food. Whelk parasite. So they eat parasites of animals? Because whelk are the like cattle herd, I suppose. But they're apparently huge. So maybe the selkie are like smaller animals that ride on them or something. Befitting the flavor. Here you go. Please enjoy. Thank you, bar friend. Yeah, if like walking of the... Anyway, I got the apple juice. This is more important. Inherited context. A delightful reconstruction of the bright fruit by the Materials Initiative. Simulacrum. This is like... This is the shit right there. Simulacrum. The simulacrum stays the same, but the taste registers clearly. The brightness of it distorts my features and sends my receptors into a reflexive curl. Strong! But the citrus inspires a pleasant satiation. Simulacrum dispensary. Now this is one shot. It doesn't even look like... you know, a drink. It looks like an ice cream. Or, you know, one shot. I should replay one shot as well. Inherited context. A silly habit some carry even through death. Inherited context implies altered living state. So yeah, I guess the obelisk are like humans in their larval form, and then through some mean that is like dying, they become co-obelisk, and then they can like mold their bodies however they want. No? Better take another simulacrum. Look at this funny fella. Cool. Is there no one else here? I thought there was someone else here. It's just Kaskia and Bosco. Cool. Well, I got my orange juice. Or orange ball. Oh, yeah, kittyses. Pt2. Call research. The call research printer, please. Okay. The path I took to the relocated seals. Enjoy your work. Thank you. I shall also enjoy the simulacrum. Kaku. Equivoc geometric influence. Well receptors. Curled angular stylization. Self-designed signature. Inherited context. My real code does this too. It is covered in fungus. So these are just like the internet avatars. That's funny. Oh, the equivalent of the internet. The collective, was it called? Oh, there's new questions I can ask about Orbes. Team members still around? I guess it's team members still around. No idea. I mean, people say they all disappeared, but honestly, like all the Orbes pulled back. I wouldn't be surprised if they just went back home. Whatever happened with the embassy collapse, completely spooked all of them. I see. Grounds mind. What is a grounds mind? Oh, you don't know? It's pretty cool. Basically, they assign someone to be the grounds mind of major structures. They connect with this gigantic coruscant that's hooked up to the walls. And they kind of just control everything. It's like they become the building. Sounds familiar, right? The idea ended up inspiring the whole mind spike industry. It's one of those little bits of history that gets forgotten all the time. Let's see. What is a cal stick? Oh shit. I don't think I even interacted with the cal stick first time. I have absolutely no idea. Sorry, lol. Fuck off. It's okay. Let's talk with Gaku. Greet. Gaku leans against the listener, eyes distant. A false environment just sits upon one of her receptors. When I approach and lean my head to either side, I cannot discern the logo upon it. I wonder, is it another surface simulation? She has a morbid obsession with them. Of course, this earns her attention, and she gives me a jovial receptor gesture. Hi, Akizet. Ready for the focus? Yes. I was coming to ask you the same thing, actually. Do you have something? Oh yeah. Tosek and I were tracking the call earlier, and she glances toward Tosek, who stares inward. Well, he found it, really. But there was a spike in the call. A distinct break from the normal baseline. Very interesting. And what did you do? Have you seen him? He has fused his skin to the chair. I had to fetch all the archival systems and feed them to the time stopper myself. With some help from Kavik, of course. I chuckle, and so does she, but I sense it is for a different reason. Do you need anything else? Otherwise I will be here until the focus starts. It pains me to do this, but I should probably bring up the complaint. The complaint. There is a matter I must mention. Gaku, you and I, we understand. However, the balance of work has... Bosco. What? Did Bosco speak with her already? My confusion is laid bare in my receptor's curl. Was it not him? I know it was him. He just has a problem with Ekivik. I laugh and urgently wave my hands in receptors dismissively. She laughs too. I'm certain she appreciates my understanding of the dry Ekivik wit. No, Gaku. It does not matter who brought this to my attention. I know you enjoy your efforts here. And above all else, I know your ability to strike. But to certain others, it is not so clear. And with enough of these complaints, it will start to turn their eyes towards me. So, for my sake, I pause to think of an elegant way to say this. At least pretend to look busy when you are in here. Gaku brings her receptor smugly, knowing full well what I meant to say. Do not worry, I understand. Good. False environment. What is that false environment you have on? I see. I spy a strange, subtle apprehension in her receptor movements. However, she quickly launches into a spirited description. This one is from my home. A skilled whale copper's memories gamified. So the whelk march toward the weather wall. And you must leap from whelk to whelk while they grow faster. Oh, she's gaming? Okay. I forgot about that. A skilled whelk hopper's memory is gamified. Or else you are subsumed beyond the air's border. By the gesticulations of her receptors and hands, it is as if she is trying to bother with. It is as if she is trying to bother with me. That sounds terrifying. That is why it's so fun. You must try it sometime. Farewell for now. I gotta do my simulacrum. Havoc. Vesnians released from influence. Mark of Old Tatsne. Home. Vesnian Cave City. Let fly the eyes. Self-designed signature. What is this? Summarizer? Inherited context. Preventative device for context switches syndrome. What the fuck? Context switches syndrome? Cyst pile. Recurring scenery. Cyst cluster. A collection of this and that managed by a central monitoring cyst. Kavik. Examine. I already did that. Read. Kavik attends to the archival cysts, occasionally affixing one to a stout receptor. The cysts are arranged in neat piles, sorted by the shade of the viscera. Though his regular upkeep ensures that none grow too dark or starve. Okay, I will get my last drink. He senses my approach and turns, cordially bowing his head and receptors. Ark, he said, great gaze. Likewise, my friend. What are you doing? I was just conducting maintenance on some of our older archives. And reminiscing all the wild and Obeski-centrist theories they used to toss about. There is this old one I have been running through, a joint theory by none other than the Dulskovic and Azkavineshesh. They called it the closed loop. Have you heard of it? Ah. Oh no. Of course I have. I should ensure he does not feel it appropriate to share this with the bright cousins. I feel that it was not almost formed as a satire of the more outlandish ones from the early era, but there is something oddly compelling about it. Oh, sorry, do you have need of me? Closed loop theory? I would prefer not to crush his investigative spirit. But these early theories carry less worth than a wall rot. Oh. I guess that's self-explanatory enough. Especially Dulskovic's wealthy smile upon him. Common idiom. Subject entertains God with antics. Religious implication. They seem very religious. Closed loop. Is that the time? Time manipulation. Yes, let me remind you. Dulskovic posited that one era we should learn to use the doll plane to traverse space four-dimensionally. And our future selves eventually discover the home of the bright cousins, but far too late to meet them. So we create a contrivance just big enough to release a message to ourselves and signal its location. Oh, Kavik. I twist my receptors thoughtlessly, accidentally bearing my skepticism. Now, I know you must think it is ridiculous. And it is, especially as it goes on. But it is not inevitable at the same time. In our deaths, There is enough time to unravel any mystery, time manipulation included. Best. I do not think Dolskovic understood the full implication of creating a contrivance inside a planet at that point. That was before the incident with the shared moon, you know? And time manipulation. If we were ever to manage it, the mistakes that created us and our world would be gradually undone to right all wrongs. The mistakes that created us and our world. Did they fuck something up? Or just in general? Because it's a rough place to live in? There are some terrifying things on the Obesk planet. Is it just the Obesk? But we would never know if it was happening, would we? It would just be. Anyway, I will not seriously debate it with you. It is just a bit of fun. Be sure. Yes, of course. And you are not going to share this with any cousins, correct? I see the dejection, even as he tries to hide it beneath an archival system. How joyless that must seem. Such a terrible inversion of our youth. But I would really prefer not needing to fix another oversharing incident. Okay. I would not seriously entertain sharing this one. Did you really think that? I know I made an incorrect step, but... Kavik, I trust you, be at ease. You know how I must be during these times. Do not feel at fault. No, of course, no, I understand. Fuck. Bitch. Another little death to haunt me. Anything happening? Kavik, my friend, tell me. What news do you carry? Have you been enjoying your role? It is not often that we have time to speak plainly anymore. I have. The oceans are truly mesmerizing. Nothing at all like home. You should see all the artifacts that the cousins have simply left in the water. On our expeditions, so many little creatures come up to examine our vessels. Has Bosco told you about the one he's taken? For that moment I heard an echo of larval joy in his voice. But in the subtle turn of a receptor I see he feels he should not have said that. That is fine, right? You heard that from a whale ship whisper, not me. Haha, it is. It is perfectly fine. Well, the grounds might say we should not, since the cousins could get mad, but I do not really care. Tell me, have you contributed any more to the lifeboat project? Lifeboat? No. Guess it's, I don't know. Self-explanatory enough. Inherited description generated noun. No. Not in some time. But I heard they recently succeeded in sending a grain back to Obeske. Lifeboat project. Oh, maybe they're trying to send stuff that's actually alive. It is of course being held in deep quarantine, but that it worked is promising alone. Even if the cest itself was bigger than both of us combined. Remarkable, I must check in with them and see how they did it. As trade continues, I imagine that organic materials will be the next leap in relations. If you find the time again, you should join the effort. Last I spoke with the team, they asked when they could see you again. Really? I should. I will check in again with them. Our focus approaches. My friend. Are you prepared? Do you have any topics to bring? I sense unease from his stance. Is it really time already? This old sis do not have any time constriction. No wonder. Yes, I will be ready. Yes. You do not need to press yourself, my friend. It is a simple one. I know, I just hate when this happens. I do not have anything to bring this time, but I will be ready. Excellent. What the fuck happened to his face? It suddenly just... Oh, that's the hair. He's turned around, yeah. Okay, I see. Now time for a simulacrum. Bottoms up. Is it an important part of the research project or whatever? I already talked with Kaski and... Do you proceed, Kaski? Absolutely. Note, common phrase, original pun untranslatable. Generated alternate pun. Retains level of wit. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. Generated alternate pun. Retains level of wit. Excellent. Piss off. What is in my way here? Oh, it's Bosco. Hello, you're too big. Can you proceed, Bosco? Of course. Only wish I had more share given our amenities this case. True. With the time stopper, it often seems like there is never enough. Right. This is time stopper. Like a... It almost looks like a 3D model, but I know it's just a bunch of sprites. Maybe a single sprite. How the fuck did they do this? Anyway, like... This game is made with black magic. Oh hey, there's Toxic. Forgot about him. How could I forget about Toxic? Equivoc geometric influence. Youth receptors upward. Cousinly eyes. Inherited context. The black pupils are striking. Read. Toxic sits in a terminal chair, connected by a receptor to the time stopper. The time constriction that gives the Grand Cyst its name has not been activated. He must be using it to simply for archival connections. I clamber over the curve of the time stopper to greet him. Hello, Toxic. I see his acknowledgement of me with a small glance. However, his focus is inward, through the corocystic vein. Got a ball. It's like a cat head. Toxic detests idle chatter, so I have to keep this quick. Are you prepared for the focus? Actually, is that what you've been doing? Yeah. I'm organizing the connected archival system. Something very interesting happened barely a week ago. You will hear about it in the focus. Excellent. We'll speak soon then. My seat. Examine. Yep. Act. Start the meeting. Oh no, I wanted to do another simulacrum. Oh well. I just have to do it without Aki. Aki said. The team is assembled around their seats, so I sit. Everyone, let us begin. I dip my head towards Toxic, as he has already connected. With an impulse, he instructs the Grand Cyst to lower wired cysts before each of us. What a rare opportunity! I am certain that even Gaku is excited. I raise the cyst to my right receptor, and its shell softens, becoming as viscous liquid. It settles over my receptor, and the time stopper connects to me. My mind is drawn to it, with the others. Everyone is connected. Commencing now. With a simple instruction, the grant says additional neural processing activates. Its strength and processing speed is such that time stops. Such a peculiar sensation to observe in full cognitive capacity a world and body that cannot move, though the cores of our minds are shelled from one another. We each carry a new mind that feels as if it was always there, the grant says, and it thinks with us as one. Is this not peculiar? How fun! Oh, but I cannot tell which thought is mine. How do we stay distinct again? Silly, the last one was not so long ago. But I will remind you. You do it like this. We each understand simply. Think outwardly. You see? A reminder of our best practice here. It will be simpler to convey things of importance indistinctly. But for our discussion, you should stay distinct. Understood? Yes, stop. Yes. Oh, I think I am, yes. Echoing it, sorry, yes. That was me, sorry. This is only my second time using one of these. Someone was screaming outside. It is okay. You are too tense. Just let it pass through you. That is how I stop echoing. Are we good? Yes? Okay. Now on the matters of the call. A great deal of information is transmitted between us. Long overdue discussions and planning for expeditions. In an instant, fast, even within the allotted time of the grant system. Wordless knowledge is understood, assigned words only in afterthought. Attention, large amount of unprocessable data, advancing stream to next coherent data. Polygonation spy in Guam is likely easiest. Kaski agrees? Yes, I will organize a meeting. They liked the last time we visited because it drew lots of attention. So a spy should be lucrative for us both. It does not need to be of the highest strength or quality. There is no hard data backing my decision. But Kaski's contacts have suggested the trench multiple times. And if that what they say is true, the Marinara Source Trench. It is one of the least explored places on this planet. How deep is it again? So there is certainly potential for the origin to be there, never seen. Makes sense, no argument. No other leads yet. Anyway, anything else before we disengage? No. Wait, yes, we have the spike. See? Now collecting minds. Visualization of the signal is shown. A strange spike, but not unexpected given the Tolgon Travis's proximity. That is peculiar. This frequency looks unnatural. It is far too far from the call's baseline activity. Could it be an error? No. This is an aggregate data from many listeners all across this planet. Did not help polygonation regrettably. So what do we do about it? Do we just mark it down? Wait. Identical memorized data from an archive system manifests. Is this not what the depths looked like a bit? Looked like. I don't think you can see this again. Did he bring up the same record by accident? No, this is different. I've been searching through the approximately 12 eyes of data. This has happened once before, see? The same time spike, with the same duration. How many eyes ago was that? 7? 8? Look. That is exactly equidistant from the start of the core. Exactly. The exact same spike. At exactly 50% of the core. How is that possible? Be a coincidence? Absolutely not. I've seen this before. In my early studies, maybe even law level. These are monkeys of raw thought, unoptimized, primal. What Corru knows and broadcasts instinctively, and what early coruscating pioneers used for communication. A strange dread spreads to our shared mind. Why do I feel it too? Is it mine? Am I scared? This does not mean anything. In raw thought transmission, the signal spikes at regular intervals. 5 equidistant times, once at the beginning. And there are no recordings of the exact beginning. So that means it could be halfway done, if this is true. But it has been broadcast for how long? How could a thought be that large? Could we even... The dread's claws bite into me, paralyzing my thoughts. Is it mine? No one's commenting upon it, perhaps confused themselves. So then who is scared? It is overwhelming. I feel like tearing the cyst from my receptor, but I cannot move. Not without first turning off the time constriction. It could be something else. There are only 2 data points here. A compelling theory, but that means we must wait a long time. Are we all in agreement that we should probably tell no one about this? What? Wait, why? This is huge! Even just the possibility changes everything. You know what this means, right? Carrick, is this not a theory of fancy? This is not a theory of fancy. It is true that this does change everything. But we're still missing data, right? Right, yes, we need more. We cannot simply share it. Not while the evidence is incomplete. Is anyone in disagreement? Sense a mixture of frustration and relief. Indeed, this is compelling, but it's simply a theory. Judging by the team's reactions, even sharing it as a possibility would be quite an upset. Without the theoretical first spike being recorded, it is hard to justify. Either way, it is not worth interrogating at this time. We need only wait. I take everyone's silence as confirmation. Excellent. I'm joining. Bye everyone. The time constriction ring disengages. I remove the cyst from my receptor. In real time, we had been sitting for only the length of a larval breath. But immediately everyone stands, relieved at the freedom. I dip my head and receptors towards the team and return to my quarters. And recollection. No, my simulacrum! What do you say, Met? Mott? Holy smokes. Yeah, I don't think we ever heard about this part of the core. Hey, there's another memory that's been fixed. Open it. I have some questions. Why? No, I don't have any questions, sorry. I was just messing about. Only joking. No, I'm not going into the other memory yet. Return to hub. Kinda forgot just how much text there is in this. Hello interloper, have you seen Velsi lately? It still has not appeared to me. No, I have not. Like, I played this not too long ago, but it was like in fucking delirious haze. The embassy. What do you remember of the embassy? Only what you have already seen? These memories? They are mine too. I have lingering impressions of things that happened before they starved and fell apart. For example, I know that something terrible happened there, but I cannot know much more than what is held there. You see, this cyst once resided in the heart of Akiset's core body. With the extended life that she lived, offloading memories was necessary, and so I simply managed what she stored. The repair problem is solved. I have taken care of the entity in the uncosm. I saw! My directives finally went through. Wow! Excellent work, Interloper. Thank you. I will let you know if any other troubles present themselves. Anytime. How long does the log go back? Internal log buffer cleared after reaching limit 80 due to an attached external record device. Okay, so they're shocked about it because it's a raw thought transmission. In raw thought transmission, the signal spikes at regular intervals, 5 equidistant times, once at the beginning. There are no recordings of the exact beginning. But that means it could be halfway done. It has been broadcast for how long? How could a thought be that large? Okay, yeah. Just like a... It's not a... distinct message, just a single thought. And just very, very, very fucking big. Like impossibly big. And someone was very scared in the call. I already know who that was, but you know. I'm just kinda reviewing the information. Because it's kinda easy to get fucking jumbled with all of the jargon and stuff in this game. They just use their own nonsense words. It's good writing, but also you're basically getting a translation of what a bunch of fucking aliens are talking about. It's very weird. I think it does that pretty well. And also it kind of checks out that because they have a similar larval form to humans, that they would have a lot of similarities as well. Export file. I should rename my exported files. I have my original save. Then this is the replay. I did see these. Mind spike specifications. System type release candidate. Version Tonga 1.1. Service terminated. Notice. Violation of terms of service. Modification of critical resources. Legally required authorization rejected for more than 730 consecutive days. Yeah. Sicko who refuses to update their stuff. Installed on January 2nd, 2015. Installations agent Louis 14. 730 days. It's like 2 years. So yeah. It is 2052. I didn't even see that info earlier. This is like a brand new fucking gun. $360. Yeah, it's $720. Yeah, it's around 2 years. 2 years, 10 days, something like that. Core services, mine side. Rendering support, ink noitings, ink. Mystery Shader Man has no website, sorry, but his name is Kasne. Oh. His credit. This is our supporters. I think you put €5 in the coffee and you get your name in here. Fund friend. Why is my fucking live splitzer in there? Oh, I wonder how much the soundtrack costs. Oh, it's separate? $3. $3. $3. I like the music a lot. I think I'll get the soundtrack when I have some money. Yeah, this is cool. I like it a lot. And replaying it gives, I feel like I get a bunch of new context. And find new things. GAD coherent. This turns into incoherent at some point. I don't remember when. Anyway, yeah. I shall be going. Have a good one, y'all. Catch you later.